I'm Tony French with Auto Industry Insights, and I'm back with Pat Ryan, CEO and co-founder of Incisive Technologies, maker of First Look Solutions, and the new Max advertising and marketing systems. Pat, before the break, we began talking about the secrets of Google's success. What can dealers learn from Google?
Tony, let me ask you, do you use Google?
Yes, sure do.
How often?
Every day.
And why?
Typically, it's I get the information that I want. It's easy and it's quick. It's fast.
Tony, you're no different than most Americans. 70% of all searches use Google. 70%. That's real dominance. And in mobile, it's 98% of all searches use Google. I mean, think about that. There's a reason why Google is one of the most successful companies of our time. And that 70% market share really shows you how successful they are. As does the fact this is a company with a $150 billion market value. $150 billion. It's amazing. But step back for a second. Put that 70% market share in perspective. General Motors in the 1950s, at its peak, had 50% of the market. The Model T in Henry Ford's heyday had 50% of the market. And Google has 70% of an incredibly big and powerful, important market. The amazing part is, if Google were a person, they'd just finished 5th grade. This is an incredible story, unlike anything we've ever seen. And it's amazing success that everyone needs to learn from, especially anyone involved with online advertising. And dealers with online vehicle ads need to know this and have this thinking and these lessons front and center. Problem is, dealers have been taught and been led to believe that what you need to know about Google is search engine optimization, SEO, or search engine marketing. Well, that's not how Google got to 70%. That's just some product somebody's trying to sell you. The way Google got to 70% is the secret, and that's the secret you need to understand and need to build your entire online strategy around. Because Google's 70% success boils down to one word. That one word is relevance. It's all about maximizing consumer relevance. That's Google's entire core value proposition. It's what you said in the beginning, finding what you're looking for. They find what I'm looking for. That's all about maximizing consumer relevance. And that is really the secret of Silicon Valley and other successful industries, is that online advertising, it's not an art. No more berets and mock turtlenecks. These aren't ads like you have on TV. The secret of online advertising is a science. The science of what's most relevant, what consumers are looking for. And that's the revolution that's coming. That's the revolution that's changing it all. It's coming to online advertising. It's coming to this industry. It's incredibly powerful. It's the revolution about maximizing consumer relevance. And the secret can be found by understanding the secrets of Google's success.
Pat, I think we understand the creative part of advertising, the art, but what has Incisive learned that can help dealers with the science?
The science of internet advertising starts with what's known as search engine optimization. You've all heard of it. But the next level is called consumer optimization. Just as search engine optimization makes it more likely that a search engine chooses your web page, consumer optimization makes it more likely that a consumer picks your online ad, in our case, an online vehicle ad. Now, consumer optimization starts with identifying everything relevant about the car to consumers. That's not just equipment. So let me give you an example. If it's a family car, let's think about safety features. What's most relevant to a consumer? They care about safety in a family car, so it's things like side curtain airbags, anti-lock brakes, all-wheel drive, 5-star crash test rating, and rear entertainment. How are you going to go on a road trip without rear entertainment, right? If a consumer wants to know about a fair price, what's relevant from a fair price perspective? Well, what's the price versus what the original MSRP was on a used car? What's price versus book? Kelly, Edmunds. That's what consumers go find online. Have you reduced your price? These are all relevant things that will make your car and your ad more relevant and more consumer optimized. People want to know I'm not buying a lemon, right? That's one of the most important things. So how do I show you that? Well, is it a one-owner car? Is it certified? Does it have low mileage? Is there warranty remaining? What's the quality of your recon? Maybe you have reconditioning that really makes a big difference and distinguishes that car. What else distinguishes that car? Does it have great J.D. Power ratings? Are the expert reviews raving about it? Those kind of things are important to why your car should be most relevant. And then finally, but certainly not least importantly, what differentiates your dealership? Don't tell them where you always save more money. I mean, dealer speak is not the way to speak to a consumer. So how do you give them evidence? That's the key. Give them evidence of what makes your dealership a better place to do business. Did you win the President's Award from your manufacturer? Do you have the biggest selection of BMWs in the Carolinas? Have you won an important customer satisfaction or Better Business Bureau award? These are all ways that you can tell a consumer in your ad why your car and your dealership is most relevant, and for those that it speaks to, you will win and be that one dealer they pick to go to first, and the dealer who gets the first chance to close that deal and win that consumer online and in the store.
That's a lot of information, Pat. But how do we prioritize what's most relevant to the consumer?
Well, Tony, you're 100% right. You really have to prioritize what's most relevant to the consumer, so you use that limited space you have most efficiently, most effectively, most impactfully. So let me just give you an example of how you do that. Let's take equipment, something people know about. A lot of ads start with power windows, power locks, power steering, all because A's come first: automated power locks, automatic power steering, automatic power windows. And those are really examples of minimizing consumer relevance. So when you want to maximize it, how do I know what's most relevant? Well, let's share with your viewers examples of what are the most searched equipment. So for example, number one most searched piece of equipment out there, leather. Then navigation, sunroof, third row seat, matters a lot. Even if it's standard on your car, it's still important to know because consumers don't know what people in the dealership do about every car, standard versus optional equipment. So third row seat matters a lot. Then comes manual transmission, rear DVD, tow hitch, bed liner, quad seats, turbo, and overhead airbags. These are the things that are most searched by consumers from a list we put together from a variety of sources. Prioritize those things and you'll be more successful. Prioritize them in your ad and sales and you're speaking the customer's language. And anytime you're maximizing consumer relevance and speaking the customer's language, you're going to be a lot more successful than you would be otherwise and than your competition.
Pat, that's a lot of very helpful information.
Glad to share it, Tony.
Pat, when we come back from the break, I want to ask you a question that I hear across the country. A question that was the most controversial topic at the last Digital Dealer Conference. And the question is, can you turn your inventory fast with good gross profits, or has the internet killed high grosses?
Look forward to it, Tony.